All right, moving right along, we'll head on to our third recipe, which is going to be a real fun recipe. It's the peanut butter pumpkin pancakes, and I'm going to take that alliteration a little further. I feel like when Jeremy starts the alliteration, I need to find a way to continue it. So these pancakes are made with peanut butter and eggs. So that is going to prove to be a protein-powered meal or snack at any time of day. Doesn't have to be just for breakfast. Certainly can have it for breakfast, but it doesn't have to be just for breakfast. The pumpkin puree is a great dose of vitamin A, which acts as an antioxidant. It's a health protective compound. And it also has soluble fiber. So I know we're talking about lower fiber in the diet, easier for our digestive system. The soluble type fiber, though, can help to normalize bowel function. It can work in a few ways that it can be helpful for constipation and also helpful for diarrhea. And then the touch of cinnamon and ginger not only add flavor, but there's some anti-inflammatory properties that they have as well. And then the ginger, I didn't mention it in the second recipe, but I'll mention it here, can actually reduce the production of some stomach acid. It also can help with digestion, and a lot of people swear by it for dealing with nausea. Okay, off to making pancakes in the kitchen.
Lovely. Who doesn't like making pancakes? This is a lot of fun. And we're going to make these super tasty. Again, really trying to add as much flavor into these as possible. And I'll show you a little trick along the way as well. So I'm going to start off with the dry. Even on like a weekend morning, super lazy, I would just love to put everything in the same bowl and just mix it together. I think it does make a difference, though, if you do mix the wet and the dry ingredients separately and then put it together. So take that little extra step, or maybe that extra bowl, but I'm telling you, you will be rewarded for it. So we're going to start off with our dry first. Now we're just using regular white all-purpose flour here for this, and about a cup. And then to this, we're going to add some baking soda, baking powder. I'm reaching for my measurements. It's about a teaspoon and half a teaspoon. Sorry. So 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda, and then some cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and ground ginger. So we're adding up about a teaspoon of each. You can go more if you want to really punch up that flavor. And that is the extent of our dry. So we'll whisk that in. That's nice and combined. There we go. And then our wet. 1 cup pumpkin puree. We're going to add 1 egg to this. To add about a 1/4 cup of, you measure this out, about a 1/4 cup of creamy, so this is the smooth peanut butter, which is what we want to use in this case, and about 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. So this is going to give us a little bit of sweetness. And then this is the little secret. So we're adding about a teaspoon-ish. Sorry, I said reach over. Teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. So the apple cider vinegar, which might seem odd, but why am I adding vinegar to my pancake mixture? Well, the vinegar, you're not going to really taste it that much in terms of the acidity, but what it's going to do is it's going to super activate your baking soda and baking powder, and you're going to get these really nice high sitting, these really nice fluffy pancakes. And it makes like this big difference, which is great. So mix, wet. We're going to put that into our dry. And I'm also going to add about 1/2 cup of water just to thin the batter out a little bit because the peanut butter and the pumpkin puree is going to make it pretty on the thick side. So I'm gonna add up water to this, just that bowl, and then mix it in. Now the key here is not to overmix. I don't want to make them dense and overmix. You just want to mix to combine. So once, even if you see lumps, that is okay. But I want to just incorporate the wet into the dry. And once I start to see sort of an even mixture, I'm done. If I have some small lumps in there, that's okay. Lumps are good. We want lumps for pancakes. Okay, that's it. That's our mixture. Now, cooking this, we can do a couple things. If you have a giant griddle like me, then you can throw it on a griddle. Now, these are great for pancakes. Non-stick, if you have like a non-stick pan, you can definitely use that as well. And just adding a little bit of butter to grease it up. And then I'm doing about 2 tablespoon sizes. Now, this is a thicker mixture. So you're going to have this really, really nice sort of higher sitting, thicker pancake. Really nice. If you don't have a grill pan and you don't have a non-stick, then I'll take you to this side. And what I have is our favorite tool, parchment paper. So parchment in the pan, and yes, you can put it directly into the pan. I have it on a medium heat. I don't want it too high. And I'm going to put my pancake batter right on top of parchment. So it's a smaller pan. I'll fit 2. I could probably squeeze 3, but just so I don't mess it up for you, I'm gonna put 2 on here. And that's it. Super easy. What's great about cooking on the parchment paper like this is that it acts as your non-stick, and it'll be super easy to flip after. And that way, if you don't have a non-stick pan, it makes it really easy. If you don't have a griddle, you can still make your pancakes, which are great. If you don't want to use this technique, you can even put them in the oven. It's not traditional, but you can absolutely put them up some parchment paper on a baking sheet, prep the oven to 400 degrees, and plop your dollops on that parchment, and then pop them in there. They might take about 8 minutes, and you can flip them about 5 minutes, 6 minutes in, so that they cook evenly on both sides. And you can do it that way as well. Other than that, I will show you what they look like after you flip them. And what you're looking for if you're cooking them in the pan or on the griddle is for these little bubbles. Once these little bubbles start to form on the top of your pancake, you know that you're good to go, and you can flip them over. And once you flip them, you have these gorgeous, gorgeous looking pancakes. See how fluffy and high they are. And they're delicious. Serve them as you will with the toppings that you do enjoy. I'll sort of tear one in the middle so you can see how just gorgeous and fluffy they are. And to freeze, these are a great recipe to make a big batch. This recipe will make about 8 to 10 pancakes this size. They freeze exceptionally well. So once they cool, put them in, you can sandwich them in like some parchment paper, some wax paper, pop them in the freezer bag and put them in the freezer. And then when you want to warm them up, pop them in the toaster. You throw them, in the microwave, heat them in a pan, and you have a really nice snack, breakfast, a great breakfast idea. Really any time of day, right? So I think we can agree breakfast is any time.
Any time of day. I want one right now. It looks really good. Yeah.
And so that is it. that's our 3 recipes. Thank you so much for joining us today. And again, thank you to Colorectal Cancer Canada for joining us for Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Happy Nutrition Month. Stay tuned for these recipes. We'll be posting them probably tomorrow. So you'll see, if you're watching this live, you'll see them posted on our website and our YouTube channel tomorrow. And again, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We teach our Community Connections class on the 3rd Thursday of every month. And we will be back again in April on the
April 20th. I checked it out.
Nice.
With special guests, right?
Yes, we have a couple special guests. Keep an eye on our Instagram page, which you can find Elixir Kitchen if you search Elixir Kitchen, or on Twitter. We have a couple special guests that have joined us from George Brown College's Culinary Nutrition Management program. We were super excited to be hosting them over the next 7 weeks. And they will be saying hello, so say hello back. And they have some great recipes planned for us in April. So stay tuned then. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Happy cooking. And we'll see you in April.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.